That's the advice they get.
Okay, so Stan said, I want to go one by one. So Stan said it's because they're told to follow their heart. Rush, I'm gonna come to you. What do you think? Why is it that these women, and when I say these women, I'm talking about the K Michelles, I'm talking about even the Kendra G's, they're sold a dream, they turn around and sell that dream to the rest, and then wonder why the community won't accept them. Why? And why are men bad for not accepting that?
Man, there's so many factors that come with that. I'm gonna break it down like this, right? Okay, the women like, the K Michelle and that broad in that video clip talking about a good man is not enough, the bird, whatever, right? Like, they say these things because they don't come from a nuclear family. They don't come from a structured home. Know what I mean? I guarantee you 9 times out of 10, like, she probably don't even know her daddy. You know what I mean? And if there's a male involved in her life, he's probably the cleanup guy that's a sucker and a simp. You know what I mean? So they're led to this delusion, selling a false paradise to women, indicating that they could have their cake and eat it too, which is not true. You know what I mean? K Michelle, there's a lot of issues with her, but her issue now is that she became the male idol. You know what I'm saying? Like, she is the ultimate man because she gained a little bit of success, have some notoriety, and she's able to touch more money than the average person, right? She have now became her male idol. You know what I'm saying? If that make any sense to you. So she's not going to have the capability to link up with a dude that's on the same socioeconomic status as her, because most likely he's probably going to holler at a chick that's younger than her. You know what I'm saying? And that's more cooperative. But and with her female nature, it's not going to allow her to holler at a dude that's a blue collar worker or that got a normal 9 to 5, because she has become that male idol. If that make any sense to y'all. Know what I mean?
100%. Okay, so Stan said they're following their heart. Russ said a lack of development within the home, not proper home structure, and then based on their desires, they ultimately want something that they don't fit. Watts, what's your viewpoint? Why are these women embodying a doctrine that does not lead them to what they are begging, especially within the Black community, what they're begging Black men for?
Because I believe that a lot of these women think that they have the power to change the men around them, whether they're in a relationship with them or working professionally with them. They believe that because they can change the men, because they believe that they have the power to change the men around them. And because they can do that, for some reason, they think they can push through the patriarchy and become the one that changes everything for all women. No, it's the idea that you can change anything or make something different or restructure how someone is set up. I think that's just something women carry. Like, they just want everything around them to go their way, and it has to be that.
Sophisticated. What are your thoughts, man? Why is it that, and it's not a bad thing to want family and want Black men to build with Black women in the community, but why do they adhere first to a doctrine that ultimately separates them for what they'll end up crying for later on?
Man, I think the issue, I'll say, with a lot of females, man, is definitely entitlement. Everybody was hitting on stuff, so I like what Rush was saying. It's nuanced, but I would say, man, entitlement, and then also, man, they're just short-term thinkers. So, like, even with the K Michelle interview, when she was like talking, it's almost like, hey, allow me to do what I want to right now. And then, once I get ready to settle down, y'all come line up for me and everybody, forget what I did in the past. So it's almost like some fairy tale shit where I don't think a lot of them understand. Like you were kind of laying out in the question, like, hey, if I do all this bad shit, I gotta have an understanding that people might not accept my past. But a lot of them, they're just like, nah, you accept it. Y'all change y'all ways and allow me to do what I want to and like turn your head. So it's like some delusion kind of going on with them. So it's like a mixture of a lot of shit, man, honestly. And erotic to the core too. Cause
You good?
yeah, I'm good, man.
Okay. Almost called him red pill. Dark Lake. My bad, bro. I don't know why that came to my mind just now. Dark Lake, what do you got to say on it? Why do women in general adhere to a doctrine, pseudo philosophy teaching that ultimately separates them long term from what they want, just to come back and, in a K Michelle sense, cry for something that they weren't even brought up in?
To me, it's the Adam and Eve situation. You know,
Mm,
they're presented with an idea that is pitched in the form of benefit. There's the man over there, Adam, and he has this connection with God, and but you're actually supposed to be living a better type of life, and you can be as gods. You know what I mean? Giving them that, like putting the seed of it, like and planting a seed of an idea, of a foreign idea, where they get to benefit, right? And that example is basically extrapolated to a lot of different programs of today in this matrix that we're living in. um you asked, why are they doing something that doesn't benefit them in the long run? Because it's not designed to benefit them or us in the long run. It's designed to convince them that they'll be benefited momentarily, but momentarily to them is the long run. So they're not
mhm,
considering the full scope of things. And this is not a slight toward women. This is just, there's roles that we have to play. There are things that
right.
they sense and can see that we can't, and vice versa.
Hmm.
There's things that we can sense and see that they can't. And together, it's cliche to say, but we're the ultimate complement when we're working together, even on a biological level, right? Like one of the reasons why a woman's voice is a bit more high pitched, because carnally, right, that gives our nervous system a trigger that we're supposed to protect that being that has a higher pitched voice than us.
Mm,
Because it subconsciously um reminds us of, as children, not to compare women to children, but it subconsciously reminds us of that, something that's weaker than us, so therefore it needs to be protected. I bring up that point, whatever you want to call it, the serpent, society, the program in the matrix, whatever. um it's trying to hoard resources. And if me, Conrad, and Sophisticated Jerk, and 100 Watts, and Mustard, and Rush, right, if we pair up with that white guy, that Asian dude, that Hispanic guy, right, and we join our families together, right? He has his family, but we are on the same wavelength. I'm a black man with a family, he's a Hispanic man with a family. And we work together, and let's say we have this land, right? After several generations, we could then challenge the powers that be, or like the 2% of society who has all the resources. But see, they have nefarious plots and putting
mhm,
forth a concerted effort to hoard all the resources and to control us inevitably in the future. And one way to do that is to instill programs in the entity, which is the human family, to break down the family, right? In order to not have any challenge for the future generations. And I know might seem like it doesn't relate, and I'm sorry
no,
if
it
I've
does.
kind of
It
gone on the
does.
rant, but
No, no, no.
that's whenever you see this, Conrad, because you keep asking why, right? Whenever you see an example of the women of your demographic believing in narratives, right? And almost hired as agents like K Michelle or any other person, Cardi B, whatever, to push a narrative to women specifically that has an opposing effect for family, it means that the program is enacted. It is a way to keep us divided because we're getting close somehow or are a threat somehow of taking
Mhm.
the top 1 or 2% resources. And that's what it really is all about, in my opinion. That's why there's a strong, a black woman might not think that she's promoting lesbianism, but she is pertaining to the ideals that are instilled. She might not think she's promoting single motherhood, but she is
Mhm.
pertaining to the ideas that's instilled and the examples of single motherhood and lesbianism. Right? I don't hate lesbians or anybody in the LGBTQ plus community. I'm just using it as an example. I'm saying as those two examples, right? There are programs that are leading us to a particular trajectory, to a particular destination.
Mhm.
And it's up to us men, in my opinion, and I'm going to end it here, but it's up to us men, in my opinion, to basically preach what that direction is, show the trajectory of those programs. And I think that's what you're doing on this show, and all of us are doing on this show in our own little ways. So that's my answer to your question. I hope that made any sense.
No, it
No,
did.
dude.
It kind of actually led me to another question. If anybody wants to chime in on that or segue from that, give me 1 sec.
And I'm
Shout
sorry,
out to every.
my throat is kind of gone too, so my bad, guys. Good.
No, you good.
That's what happens with that. That's what happens to long preachers. Lemon water and salt, my friend. Lemon
Hey,
water and
Can I
salt.
ask Dark Lake a question? Because I thought
Go
that was
ahead,
pretty
brother.
good what he said. But so say we like preach to get the word out, but say they still won't go along. What would you say we need to do at that point then?
Oh, nothing, because it's not gonna take 100% of us to change anything. Now I'm
Mm,
answering your question not in experience, right? I can't show you proof that what I'm saying is right. I'm just giving you my
Yeah.
opinion based on like the observation of how things have worked in the past, right? So like for instance, sophisticated church like Black Wall Street, right? In Tulsa, Oklahoma, that was something amazing that black people had built. It wasn't 100% of black people who was a part of building that. And I don't know the exact percentage, but it wasn't 100%. It was a minority
mm,
within the demographic, right? Kevin Samuels used to always use the ant analogy, that if ants are moving in a particular direction, it only takes 10% of those ants to move to the left for the remaining to move to the left. So for the people
mm.
who don't want to follow the program, it's okay because people like it's an automatic. They're not going to. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's just like, just you have your child, right? Your son, right? You instilled your son with certain morals and values, right? And practices. So when he implements that in his life, right? You are um you are a part of that 10%, that example that I'm using, that 10% that's moving in a particular direction. And that's
Okay.
all you have to worry about, in my opinion. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
It's funny that you guys mentioned that because what I was formulating in my brain, in my mind, and sophisticated jerk, that's a great question. Dark Lake, cooking, definitely.
And that was a great question, sophisticated too. Yeah.
Now I like what you was
Yeah.
breaking down, man.
Can we agree? And I'm going to ask this question, and I'm going to give you a quick story, or I'm going to give you a brief summary of a story. Real life. If it only takes 10% to move in a specific direction, then can we agree that you can find, or one would be able to find, what can be defined as good men if they're within a minority group moving in a fixed direction? They've got a fixed focus. They've got a fixed plan, and they've got a fixed attitude towards getting to a certain trajectory. Could we agree then within that small group, that minority group of men that are moving, could we actually say that there's a better chance of us finding good men in the minority group than in the majority group? Just quick yes or no. I know that must sound like a loaded question, but it's really not.
It depends on the minority. Not to make it more complicated, but I would, okay, to the quick yes, I would say yeah, I think so. But it depends on it depends on what the minority is. That's all I'm saying.
Ask the question again.
Yeah, I was about to ask you to.
Would we agree that you'll find more good men in a minority group than in a majority group?
I'm going to say yes, because then it becomes a class issue, which we're heading to anyway right now.
Well, I was saying that it depends on what the minority is, because I'll give you an example of a minority of men. Men who make $300,000 a month, right? And then let's narrow that down to black men. Then that those would be a minority. But in reference to like something like the dating market, right? If they have all the pool of women, they're not necessarily going to be good men to those women. You know? So I would say it depends. In that case, I think that the majority, which would be like the middle class, or maybe a little below the middle class, would be actually considered the good men in that scenario, because they're working the blue collar jobs that's maintaining society. So I just think it depends on the actual what the minority is, you know.
Okay, so let me throw out some nuances. Let me throw out some nuances so we can break this down. Right? It's not the richest, right? It's not the most affluent, but it's a small group of men that are fixed, focused, and determined on reaching a certain goal and not letting outside contaminants to ruin getting to that goal. That minority group of men, whatever that number is compared to the plethora or the majority, would we agree that within that fixed, determined, focused set of men, you're going to find more good men in that group than in the majority that has access to the money, that has access to resources, and people who can pull resources at the drop of the dime and that can name drop?
But Conrad,
Can I give some pushback to that? Because I see where you're going, man. I think the word good, I would say majority of men are good. Now, I know there's some screwed up guys, but I think for the most part, a lot of guys just want to get married. They're going to do right by their family. So I would just define that as good. But I think when we're talking about like, when we start adding on money and, you know, that's elite, you know, so that's where I think like adjectives come on, like that's, you know,
so let's take that away.
An elite
let's take that away.
Okay.
Let's take that away. Take the status, take the aspect of having a certain aspect of affluence away. I want to focus on the adjectives. Fixed, focused, determined.
Okay.
Right? Purposeful, right? A minority group of men that fall into those adjectives. Would we agree that you're going to find more good men in that group than in a majority?
But see, I still got the issue with that. Because, like, for example, the guy that does a lot of handiwork at my house, you know, man, he barely scraping by, but him and his wife will work together. He's got some respect. He's a good man. So I think the guys that you're describing, they're just better. You know what I'm saying? They're all good men, but they're probably better because they got the extra stuff. They might have, like you said, better goals and stuff.
Economically, I would say that. But as far as like character and morals, to me the minority is really the top 10%ers, and all the regular dudes with regular jobs, those are the majority. So majority of men are good men. I'm saying.
Because
So
comrade,
here's what I'm
oh, my bad.
here's where I'm understanding what you're asking, because even guys that work regular 9-to-5 jobs can still be focused, the adjectives that you use. So if
Yes.
you are working a regular 9-to-5, you can still have those adjectives. I think in answering his question, I think the answer would be yes, because in that minority group, there are certain characteristics that you would have to have, which would by stance make you a good man, right? In order to be disciplined, in order to be focused, there are certain characteristics you have to have in order to actually maintain that, right? Versus the majority of people, right? So versus the majority of people who just doing whatever the fuck. Now, of course, in that group of people who are just doing whatever the fuck, you're gonna find good men in there. But in that majority, that's where you find the fuck boys. So that majority is where you're gonna find all the fuck boys that's doing the funny shit because they're not disciplined in a way to have the characteristics to fit in those adjectives. So I will agree and say, yes, I think you will find more in the minority. You will find a higher percentage in the minority than the majority, if that makes sense.
Okay, I got what y'all saying.
No, thank you guys for taking that second. Just want to salute and shout out ACOG. Thank you for being up here. It's the first time on this side of the vineyard, and we glad that you are here. I'm gonna tap back into you with the same question, but I'm gonna give but ACOG, what do you think? Do you think in a minority setting you will find more good men than in the majority setting?
Yeah, I'm a go with Brother Watts on this one. I'm gonna just go with Brother Watts because he hit that on the nose. So it's like it ain't really too much to add to that. You know, y'all already covered that the best y'all can. But yeah, I definitely agree. You know, it is more of people that's not on that time than it is people that is on that time.
Okay. So the reason why I asked this question, right? Because the women that want us to actually build with them, we're not going to find them in the majority. We're going to find them in the minority and in the minority. And to the women that are listening, to the 43% of no subbing watchers that you women are, thank you all for ghost watching. And the 33% that do subscribe, that watch when you feel like it, thank you for watching when you feel like it. I really appreciate you. Get them likes up, ladies. You are going to find the purposeful man, the determined man, the focused man, the principled man, the one with the moral compass that can lead you, not the one that you just happen to like because you think it's funny. The one that can actually lead you, you're going to find them in the minority. Now, what or where that minority is, I can't tell you that, because now we're talking about proximity, and I can't deal with your proximity from Canada. I tell you the truth. But I say that to say this. I remember at my old workplace, there was super fine sister came in, and she yellow bone and just, tips and fingertips and tricks and heels and everything put together. You know what I mean? And had every man and I'm just like, okay, Conrad, you know what I mean? You gotta keep yourself a base, young brother. You's about 6 foot. You can't be walking around here looking like you 5 foot nothing to her. You got to keep yourself up, young brother. Keep yourself up. And the more I begin to focus my attention and keep my wits about me, is the more I started to notice, that other brothers was fawning, and I wasn't really looking down on them until this one situation happened, and she started, we chilling, me, her, and other brothers chilling one day after work. And she goes, yo, this one guy is so weird. And she starts going off. And I literally looked at her and I'm like, yo, you think I didn't notice? Why do you think I ain't waved to you? I ain't shook a hand. I ain't even, you bringing around fresh baked cookies. I said, yo, just keep it moving. I basically fanned you off like you was Felicia from Friday. Bye, Felicia. Why do you think I kept giving you the Bye Felicia Friday treatment? She's like, I don't know. I thought you were mad at me. I'm like, yeah, I was, because you decided to take yourself and go sit down and wallow in a pig pen, and then think you was gonna come back over here and chill out with me. And I don't chill with pigs. I'm like, look at the brothers that hang around me. This brother's a good brother. He's a good man. He takes care of his home. He works hard. He's up for promotion. I'm up for promotion. He's up for promotion. And out of all of us that you decide to go chill with, you decide to go pick swine. I'm like, bye, Felicia. Bye. I don't wish no bad on you, but like, go get your mind right. When you get your mind right, then you can come back over here and chill. And the reason why I'm saying that is because as the phrase was said, and I can't remember which podcast it was said on, but a standard without consequences is just a suggestion. And this is why I can flex in any crowd, but what I find is I find uniqueness of character in smaller groups where there's a fixed, determined point of either the meeting of the minds or getting to a conclusion. And what I've noticed is whether I have to say it or whether we allow it to just die out, not everybody's going to be able to flex with us on that level. And it doesn't mean that we're the best of the cream of the crop, whatever it is. No, we're fixated on going somewhere. We have a determined mind to get there. Or the people that we all interact with, we're focused on a particular thing. And so no matter what it is, we're not going to let nobody come in there with their malarkey and disturb the atmosphere. Even if by chance we have to tell them, hey, like, you know what I mean? And we might give grace and be nice about it and be like, hey, you know what, fellas, I'm going to bow out early tonight. And then when you call me on the back, you'll be like, yo, bro, what happened? Like, yo, everything wasn't flowing nice. You know what I mean? This, said individual or said individuals, nah, man, it don't work like that. And it's no slight and it's no shame. I'm not better than anybody else. We're not saying that we're God and everybody else is a peasant. No. But when we're fixed and determined, the aspect of being good is I look at that as the aspect of making sure that, hey, if we're building towards something, then even if it's just me, that sounds the alarm to say, yo, brother, like, yo, wake up. There's a predator in the midst. And I'm sorry, here's the problem with it. Too many good brothers have been taken down by predators, sisters who have been turned into predators because they listened to the wrong, because they ended up taking in the wrong philosophies. And they think that they can just, oh, well, I'm just living my life. Okay, live your life over there, right? I know somebody said in the chat, this is why they don't watch Tyler Perry movies, but one Tyler Perry movie that I love is Temptation. Because when that girl tried to come back to her husband, and now her husband had moved on, and he got the wife, and he got his kids, and he got his pharmacy, now she has to be working in a position that's below her qualifications, below her intellect, because she couldn't keep her body.
That was me that put that in there. And that's the best.
Yeah.
That's the best Tyler Perry movie that he ever made. I ain't gonna cat.
Wait. AC. It wasn't A Family That Prays. That wasn't the best.
No.
Not for this topic. Not for this topic.
For this topic, it's Temptation.
For this topic, it's Temptation.
Acrimony.
Oh, why you got to do that? Why you got to do that? But no, brothers, no. Hey, if you haven't seen those three movies, Temptation by Tyler Perry, Acrimony, and The Family That Prays, those three movies are pretty much to a degree what I'm talking about.
Right.
And so being the good man doesn't mean that you don't have character flaws. Ladies, learn from this. A good man, you know how much good men you ladies have passed upon because you thought he had one little character flaw, like that girl was talking in the video. Oh, because he wasn't funny. What if he's not funny? Listen, funny don't pay the bills. Funny doesn't get us to the next level. Funny doesn't get us to the final frontier. You know what? Stop this car and get out.
Can I segue?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Can I segue real quick? I don't mean to cut you off. The only reason
No, go
why,
ahead,
the only
man.
reason
I'll
why
toss it up
I
to
said,
anybody else who wants next.
all right, only reason why I
Go ahead,
said
AC.
Temptations, right? Because right in that movie Temptation, and it was so epic because one, this guy had a the woman would call a basic life. You know, he was predictable. He was he was like set in his ways on certain things that he would do. You know, and she got bored of that. So she goes to find something that's more exciting. And with that was more exciting, it kind of caused she had to watch it.
Oh, you
You
cut
know
out
what
a
I'm
little
saying?
bit. Yeah, you cut out a little bit, bro. Or was that just me?
Okay.
Nah, he cut
No, no,
out
no.
a
I
little
heard
bit.
it. He cut out.
Yeah, can you repeat what you were saying?
Okay. I said with her trying to find something exciting, it caused her downfall, and she kind of lost everything. You know, everything that was already set for her. You know, she was already set, and with her trying to find something more exciting because this brother was born, quote unquote, born, and you know, due to basic things, she couldn't accept that. So she didn't know how to accept that. So when she finally got a taste of that exciting life, she couldn't leave that alone, and it caused her to go down.
But okay, so but like fellas, and I'm gonna toss this up to open whoever wants to jump in on this, right? Let's I hate to segue to Diddy, but let's use him and Cassie and 50 Cent's baby mother as an example right now, right? We could argue that every one of those people have good elements in them, right? They have good aspects to their characters. Could we argue that none of them are good for the minority or the majority?
Yeah, you could argue that.
Yeah.
So, yo, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say you can make that argument. Yeah.
So, like, because I look at it, and this is why I had to stay. We ended up getting stuck on it for a whole episode because I'm like, yo, if I'm the child of 50 Cent's baby mother, I can't remember her name. I'm so sorry. But if I'm that child, yo, when I turn 16, she's not allowed to be around me. I'm sorry, mother or no mother. I'm sorry, and I'm gonna say that from my own personal experience because I had to do the same thing with my mom. And this is why we say when we talk about lady or everybody, when we talk about being good comes with hard decisions that doesn't favor the majority. Like, I love my mom, but my mom doesn't, even till this day, at nearing 60, won't get out of her self-centered high school city girl mindset. And for that, she has not been allowed to be around my wife or her grandchildren. I'm sorry. Now, my brother, he's a street dude. So to him, it doesn't matter. I'm going to pick you up, drop you home. You mom, I'm going to go buy you some Louis and some Gucci and you good. Get out my face. I'm not doing that. Because for me to bring you in my atmosphere is to give you direct access to people who depend on me to a degree for their peace at the end of the night. And this is why I kind of posed the question, where are you going to find more good at? Right? Because if we're giving dating advice and these women are already being told to go out to the masses and just play the field based on how you feel, by their own conclusion, the field's not working for them. But yet still, men are still the most, especially black men, we're the most involved fathers. We're the most involved in community. Our single father rates or our abandoned father rates are decreasing steadily year by year. Brothers on debt are decreasing year by year. And we're still, if we want to put this out there, we're still the least cared about. We're still the least respected. But we're also the most feared because of everybody's internalized trauma and what they and if they couldn't break us in slavery. And so now the new buck breaking system is the black woman. And the majority think that we're good out here because we just in the majority. And I'm like, nah. The minority is the hardest place for black men to be and for all men to be. And ultimately, that minority group that's fixed and focused on, I might not be able to sway the masses. But like somebody mentioned it, if there's 10 of us, and like look at it, there's 7 of us on this panel right now. We all have different, all have opposing views and different ways we go about things. But for anybody to come and try to convince me that all you brothers ain't good brothers, I'd have to say, well, you first of all, their work outshines your work of what you're saying by way of their progression, by way of their life progression.
Conrad, can I jump in real quick? No, good.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, now I understand, because at first you're talking about like with the discipline and all that stuff, so that makes sense. Yeah, that's going to be the minority. But I think when we pitch good and we breaking down like guys being in that, I think we need to start talking about the women we would tolerate or we would accept, being in that small group. Because I think in their mind, what we were kind of talking about earlier, and I think Dark Lake was breaking it down where they kind of have that delusion where they could get anybody. And that's what we were saying last night with the K. Michelle breakdown where, the sad thing is when you hear somebody talking like that, she's like, oh, I want the successful guys. The successful guys that got their shit together that are attractive to, they're not going to be looking at no K. Michelle. So I think that's the flip side of it. It's just like, because a lot of times we hone in, we're like, guys, be good, work on this, and good message. But it's also like, here's what you should accept. When you hit that peak, you at the top. And women 100%. Need to listen to that too, because it's like a lot of them ain't going to make the cut. So it's just,
Well, they need to get out of the majority. The problem is for the ladies, Stan, I'm gonna let you rock out. The problem is for the ladies, and this is my opinion, and I'll toss this up to everybody, but Stan, you're gonna jump in next. The ladies not gonna get what they're looking for because they're in the majority. They don't know how to feel at peace with themselves, much less a man in the minority. So I fully agree with what Sophisticated just said. And I know that's just based on the focus and the point of this channel individually, but overall, the ladies got to come out of the majority because it's not working for them. It is not working for them. And the problem is, and this is what they're experiencing, and they're disguising it under sassy, but like somebody, if I guarantee you, right? If from the pool of women that we know really like go through different panels, if we were to pull them up here right now and they heard that Conrad said bye Felicia to basically a quote unquote 9 or 8, 9 or 10 because she messed with swine, and not swine by creed, I mean swine by actions, they'd be like, oh, Conrad sassy. How he deals with his mother is sassy. No, how I deal with people is intentional. Just because you don't like it, because you could probably fall into that by Felicia, that's your problem. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Stan.
And I just want to go touch 3 points before I go. You're correct. The only thing that we have to do is it's okay to challenge people's mindset. The majority mindset right now is at a middle school level. Because I got a middle schooler, and she look at the adults and the conversations, and some of the adults in her life, they're in their 60s, 50s, 70s, 40s, and they're like talking stuff that she understands. It's like, that's not correct. And I'm like, yo, this has been going on for decades. So where we at socially is at a middle school level. Secondly, if the women or men who look at the minor stuff, right, and say, well, the sense of humor is not on point. When you decide to go to therapy, it's going to come up that you self-sabotaging. And I don't know what that's going to look like. You self-sabotaging growth. Also, the reality of like, yo, you're picking on something that's so small and you're missing out on the bigger picture. Because somebody doesn't have a sense of humor, well, maybe you don't have a sense of humor to them. Maybe they have a dark sense of humor. Maybe they have, common sense of humor. Everybody's humor is different. But for you to keep on finding red flags, that's self sabotage, you really got to go through therapy. I recommend people go to therapy. Third, Dark Lake mentioned earlier about the systems and everything that we're going through it. Yo, it's happening around the world because it's now touching in the Caribbean nations, the Latinos, the women are going at it. So same thing the sisters are doing here in America, it's happening all over. When you're looking at in even Asian countries, it's happening. So we were the test dummies here in the States. So now it's going full circle to everybody else. So these
Yo,
talking
Jamaica.
points,
Yo, Jamaica. Nobody bring them things. Yo, don't bring them things over here, Senor Doggy. Jamaica. Little Jamaica. Nobody bring them things that are, yo.
can you
We
hear
not
them?
deal with them things. We not deal with bad mind. We not deal with mash upness. We not deal with back fist. We not deal with them things there. For dash out them mindset, if you don't understand what I say, I can't do nothing about that. Get a little CC and subtitle them. Jamaica, you don't understand what I say. Dash out the donkey mindset them. Dash it out. Throw it out in the garbage and dash it. Dash out the dashing.
Yeah, and you got to challenge it because when you
Right,
look
Jamaican for real, boy. Back in New York, when they started talking like that, I got out of there, man. Shots start ringing after they start talking like that, comrade.
I'm gonna push that
No
button.
cat. No cat. No
Where's
cat.
that
I'm like, oh
No,
shit,
yeah.
peace.
Well, I was waiting for him to pull out the machete just now.
Hey.
yeah, get the kids to run.
Hey, I'll be over there at Flatbush.
Oh.
They said
look,
you start hearing something like that. I'm like, all right, I'm getting out of Dodge. You see
gotta
people hauling
go.
ass.
But you see it all the time now because now the talk about patriarchy is in the voice of the Latina who's Mexican. It's in the voice of the Jamaican girls, the voice of the Haitian girl. They're talking about patriarchy, and I'm looking at them like, what are you talking about? But at the same time, right? These white women are coming to your country, marrying your men,
Oh shit, Stan about to get us
and giving birth to
smoke.
your kids, who now your nephew and nieces. Somebody have to say it. Somebody got to say it. And to talk about feminism, right, and working together, that white woman is working with your black husband, your
But
Latino husband, your
Can I
Chinese
say
husband.
one more thing before I roll out though?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
Actually,
just
let's get final thoughts from everybody because
okay.
it's 2 hours and 15 minutes. We gonna close it down. I ain't got nothing more to say because anything after this is beer 21
Man.
salute.
What you said, water, lemon, and salt? Get the water. And you drink all that coffee, you know you're gonna be up. You ain't going to bed. Wonder
Hey,
why.
I'm gonna go say hi to my wife. That's yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
so
man.
final thoughts, everybody. Final
Okay.
thoughts.
Yeah, I was just gonna say though, when we are defining good, we do got to be careful too as men because, man, I don't think we should be putting down other men because people could be in different phases in their life. They could be building up, and I think a lot of times, even the high value shit, it was kind of formulated to put other guys down and stuff like that, and it did focus on characteristics. So that's why I was kind of giving it some pushback because I'm like, nah, man, there's some solid brothers in here. They might just be building themselves up. And I think women need to start realizing we need to start pitching that too. You need to catch them guys when they in that building phase, because that's when that loyalty is going to be the highest. And, that guy's going to have that loyalty to you if you rock with him in that phase and stuff, instead of trying to get him at the finish line. Because I think that's what was happening with K. Michelle. She was getting dogged out because them guys were already established. So they were like, man, I'm at my peak. I'm enjoying my life. So I think we need to pitch it all the way around and, have that understanding that guys are at different phases and everybody's good. You just might be in a better position. So it's like we got to make sure we hash that out so we're not stepping on other brothers that's actually doing the right thing and, getting their shit together. So that's why I was giving it some pushback before. And I'm out.
Oh, wait, Sophisticated. Before you leave, I want to say ever since that day, bro, I've been working hard and I haven't given up, and I'm gonna update you. So
Nah, because you came to my mind, and that's why. Because it's like, man, you was doing the right thing. You putting that work in, and I know a lot of dudes like that, man. It's like you could see where you're gonna head to. That you're gonna kill it. But it's just like a female might not see it, and sometimes like guys, we have that ego, like, oh man, I'm up here. Let me step on everybody else. It's like, nah, man, these are all good dudes, man. They just at different stages in their life, man. And I like this whole concept. It's like, man, we giving each other information and we all like networking with each other. So I like that. Shout out to Dark Lake. He about to take over, man. I told him he need to be out here, be that next Andrew Wilson. Dark Lake, you better be getting in these debates, man. You better get back in these debates.
Don't put any ideas out there. I already face enough heat, man. I am gonna make my YouTube channel. I am gonna come back, but I mean, it's gonna be mostly conversations like this.
Okay. 100 too. 100. I be seeing 100 out here kicking that knowledge. You better get out here and do these debates, man. I'm gonna turn up on y'all.
Yeah, 100 Watts come at him like a pimp. He's like, yeah, baby girl, you said all that, but
oh, he be leaning back, he be chill, and he be listening though. He be listening, then he come in, he be like opposing stuff. So like I'll be catching 100 out there too.
Yo, 100 Watts. Yo, remember we was talking to Chocolate? It was like you were saying the same thing I was, but wasn't.
Look, man. Sometimes it's a little bit of seasoning you got to put in there for him to be able to take it down all the way.
100 literally sat there for like, I watched that live and it was like 5 hours and he was just calm. I was like, I would have been up out of there. I'm sorry.
Yep. He's built with a different level of grace, man.
But I'm good now, man.
I'm gonna hop off too. We all doing final thoughts. So look, man.
Yeah.
I have been saying for a while, and I will continue saying, fellas, if you can control your dick and your diet, everything else will fall into place.
Ooh.
That's a bar.
Ooh. Ooh.
If you control what you put in your body and where you put your body, I promise you, everything else will fall into place.
Yo, somebody needs to cut a track like that, man.
I told 100 to say that. No, I'm just
make it a clip.
Yo, if you can control your, I ain't got nothing left to say. Anybody else got anything else? Rush, ACOG.
I just want to say one last thing. I want to say I absolutely enjoyed the conversation, guys. I thought it was an extremely positive conversation, and I wish all of you the best in your lives. I think ultimately, we can't care about narratives that are coming from the outside. We just have to. The only thing that should matter is our conversation on this show. As far as we're all concerned, this was black men talking, and whatever we are, it doesn't matter. Better men, good men, whatever, right? This is the idea that we're pursuing, and that's the only thing that matters. So someone else's viewpoint of what a good man is or what a good black man is complete shit to us. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is our ideas. That's it. So K Michelle, she can say whatever she's saying. Anybody else who wants to trauma bond, they can trauma bond, but it's not affecting us. At least not like it used to in the past. It's not affecting us. So let's just keep on moving forward, and that's just what it is. Because we would have to move forward whether someone was talking shit about us or not. We'd have to do that anyway. And I end it there. You feel me? Yeah.
Rush.
Yo,
Rush and then ACOG.
Yeah, pretty much. If you're a dude that have a little bit of leverage and you have a mouthpiece and you're able to converse with women and possibly, dig them guts in, you got to understand what category you in. Don't fall into your own hype. And, stay sucker freeze the campaign because nobody's safe, man. Or bomb. Comrade, thanks for having me, man. Nah, man, salute to you, young king.
I'm gonna tap it with you tomorrow, Rush. Oh my days. Yo, ACOG, what you got?
Salute the New York native, right? Hey, nah, but for real, I was just talking about this on the live I did about black fathers and stuff. It's like It's like, bro, we gotta be the ones that actually show and prove that look, we are something out here, because the narrative is being pushed is that we don't take care of business. You know what I'm saying? It's like we gotta show and prove, and that's one with our families, with our kids, how we interact with one another and stuff like that. Like salutes to Hunter Watts. Me and Hunter Watts had a debate, and we both were saying the same thing, but we came to a mutual term without having to cuss each other out, call each other names and stuff like that. So the moment we can start doing that and start actually being able to talk through problems instead of I got the one up on this one, and you're trying to prove points and certain stuff and stuff like that, we'll get so much further. Like being able to show your son what a positive male role model is, showing your daughter how
Hey,
a male
CEO, man, we ain't about to let you off the hook. Who won that debate, man? Stop playing. Who won between you and 100? No, I'm just messing, man. I just put you on the spot. You ain't got to answer.
I ain't gonna cat. You want to find out? You got to go to the channel and look at it. It's up there.
Drop it in the link. I'm gonna watch that tonight. I'm watching it tonight.
Trust me,
Yeah.
I gotta take that in myself.
Yeah,
I'm gonna wait for something though. Something's about to pop off. Something's
It was
about
a
to
good-
pop off right now. No, it's
It
not
was
even
a
about
good
that. I'm
debate.
just gonna wait to see if this happens, and if it doesn't happen, I'm gonna know what's up. I'm gonna know what's up.
Yeah, it was a good debate between.
What's the name of your
between
channel
me
though?
and, HOG Club Podcast.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna check it out, man.
Yeah, but yeah, we gotta show these young ladies how a man is supposed to treat a woman, and that you only learn that by actions. It's easy to say, yeah, we do this, we do that, but we gotta show. We gotta use our.
All right. Definitely. And it happened. I knew it was gonna happen. It's all right. It's okay though. I knew it was gonna
Hey, can
happen. Huh?
I do my closing remarks?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay,
Of course.
ladies, that's what I need from you to do. You ready for it?
Oh shit.
It's going very simple. Stop trauma bonding. Just stop it.
Oh,
Your
okay,
deadline is Labor Day for you to get a man. Trauma bond with your man. Some of y'all have never been desired. Y'all not K Michelle. Y'all ain't never been no dates. So, put on that sundress, wash your face, take a bath if you can.
Use
Shower.
cocoa butter on your feet, please.
Okay, get rid of the ashes. Put Vaseline on your face. Give that glass.
Winter is over.
But go out and get yourself a man. Labor Day is your deadline to get a man. Labor Day is your deadline to get in a relationship. Go out there and date. You're not at this level wondering about a marriage because you haven't gone out on a date yet. Go out on a date. K Michelle going out on a date. You're not her.
And do yourself a favor. Make sure it's like a brunch date, somewhere where it's broad daylight, like Sophisticated said. First date's supposed to be
vampires, they
boring.
go early in the morning for coffee.
Facts.
If you're a vampire, go early in the morning for coffee before the
If you're a
sunrise.
Oh my gosh. All right, I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to do this now. Hello, Dr. Quantum. God bless you. I'm glad to see you on this side of the vineyard, even though you came by way of 100 Watts' channel, but to God be the glory. Thankful to see you, you wonderful queen, you. I notice how you mentioned everybody's name, but didn't mention a brother's name, but it's all right. It's okay.
Shout out to Dr. Quantum.
Yeah,
That's the homie.
man.
I saw King Dreams came in earlier. Hey, my man said, y'all better get them passports.
Yes, Kings and Dreams.
No,
Salute,
King Dreams.
brother.
That's the homie.
Yeah, he said he's going to react to this. I got to make sure I keep a tab on his channel so that way I can just pop up randomly, even though he don't be dropping the link too often. But that's another story for another day. Salute to everybody. Thank you to the brothers for coming through. You see what I'm saying? Called it out. Dr. Quantum ain't saying nothing yet except for popcorn. Okay. Now she giving me that wave.
Quantum.
Nah. Don't say nothing. Keep that same energy. It's all right. I'm used to not being liked. It's okay. Keep that same energy.
You may not
over
be
here.
You are loved.
Yeah, I'm love, but yeah, thank God I got brothers. Thank God I got some brothers in my back corner. Jesus, Lord have mercy. Oh my gosh. And some mothers of Zion. God bless you,
But
because it was
she
up to
left you a
Dr. Quanta.
message.
She didn't leave, bro. Stop this. Stop
She
trying to
gave you
say
a high
people.
five.
She didn't give me no high five. That was for you, bro. That was for you. That was for you.
Let's see. Now she just gave you something
La
directly to you.
siento. I don't speak no Spaniel. I don't even understand
How
what
you supposed to
siento
be
means.
Jamaican?
Brother, now bring them things that to me. Yo, cha. I'm joking, Quantum. I'm glad to see you. Either way, I'm glad you made it up here. You know, God bless you. Yeah. So,
So,
anyways,
Conrad,
we go.
what's
Yeah,
going
what's
on
up?
next week? What you got for us next week?
Next week is literally, it's open. It's gonna be the first Just Chilling Fridays. If y'all don't see the thumbnail, it is literally like it's like a hip hop podcast studio. Is literally Just Chilling Fridays. It's the last Friday of the month. We're gonna indoctrinate some people into the VIPs, into the real VIP. I got an announcement to make about how June is going so far for this channel. And we definitely want to shout out the supporters, especially the women. They have done great for this channel, and I really want to salute to them. We're going to be announcing the next The Real Ladies. I don't know, it might be a brunch instead of a ladies' night this time for next month in July. So that's going to definitely be interesting. I don't know what that top is, but yeah, next Friday, we chilling. Next Friday is Turn Up Fridays on The Real. the first I don't know where next Friday is gonna go, man. Next Friday might actually get us canceled. Who knows? It depends on what happens. I don't know, man. Get canceled before we even get started. Who knows? But yeah, man, that's what it is. Next Friday, we chilling, man. We just showing love to the community. That's the biggest thing. So ACOG, you're going to be highlighted on this channel. Salute to you, brother. Kings and Dreams is going to be highlighted on this channel. There's a couple brothers that I would definitely want to shout out. 100 Watts is going to get a much love and shout out from us. So next week, I'm just showing love, and bruv, it's up to y'all to bring the topic. And you can go as toxic as you want. There's no cat. And ladies, can I say this? Why y'all be like, you know what I noticed, Stan? Every panel that breathes toxicity, the ladies are over there in droves. I'm not complaining. And then they gonna cut clips about how toxic those panels are and say it's not safe for them. Yo, Stan, since day one, has The Real ever been a place where women can't come chill out, voice their opinions?
It's been a safe place.
Borderland lash out on us, and get any type of atomic bombs dropped on them.
No, this has been a safe place.
Thank you. There's nothing but peace, love, and chicken grease over here. No
but
Diddy.
That was your point. They like toxic.
We're the minority. I can't, I'm sorry. I can't do toxicity.
Yeah.
Like, and all the brothers I chill with, they don't do toxicity. Not you, not M3, not Sophisticated, not Kings and Dreams, not Intellectual Soapbox. Like, you know what I mean? But it's all right. It's all right.
You know, in honor of Caribbean Heritage Month, how we handle toxicity is a finality to it.
Yeah, that.
You don't come back. Like, I swear, if Batman was Caribbean, the Joker only had that one time.
Man, it's 3 times tops. He would have been able to get away and make a problem. No, the time where
Pentecostal and Batman was
because that time when he made fun of Bruce's dead parents, he would have caught the beatdown of all beatdowns then.
Yeah, Jamaican, Haitian, Batman, that's it. That is no more.
Yeah, man.
But there's a finality for us when it comes to toxicity. It's like you got one time.
Bro, you know what we need to do? It's funny that you said it tonight too. Is we need to do an episode on our home countries being indoctrinated with the third world, the first world third wave feminism, because it's true. I'm seeing a lot of different female women Jamaican podcasts coming out, and they're toting the same thing, and I'm like, but y'all had it good. Like so that's the funny thing people don't realize is like Haiti, Jamaica, all the islands.
Mhm.
When you're talking about let's say a 50-50 relationship or 100-100 in the home, you don't get no more 100-100 than Haiti and Jamaica.
Mhm.
Like both men and women. And it was such like a perfect harmony. Like I used to see my grandfather literally just like manhandle the whole front yard. And he come in, plate piled up of food, hot, steaming. I'm what am I doing 10 years old, jealous of him, saying I want a wife one day that does that for me. And don't get it wrong. They would be ripping each other. Look, Payo, me not get no hug from that. You just wake up in the morning and gone to work and come home and expect big food. I'm big this, I'm big that. And then they would come and hug each other. And
Yeah.
you could see the love emanating from them.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yo, I don't understand why we want to trade in that type of strong legacy from within our home countries. Why would we want to trade that in for something that's not even working?
You know why? Because we gotten too smart for our britches.
Yeah, man, brother.
We gotten too smart for our britches, and we're ungrateful. Because if you had any sense of gratitude,
ungrateful to backside.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, even when I look at my own parents, right? Like, neither one of them came from household that they had married parents, but they knew their parents. They were in single parents household, but they got married, right? My father is a farmer. My mom's a city girl. He likes to go hunting for his food, wild fish, grow chickens.
She want to go out to the market.
Yes. So the compromise was like, you kill it, you cook it. I'm not eating this. All he used one of his chickens one time, the eggs, and saw that baby chick, and that was it. Like he had his own refrigerator, but they found ways of working it out because she's like, look,
my grandmother,
I'll do
grandmother
peas.
had to my grandmother had to tell my grandfather. We had a house when I was younger. It was like sitting on like total acreage was about maybe like 2 acres of land, and we still had like almost a full acre of backyard by the time the house was done. Right. My grandmother had to convince my grandfather, say, yo, we're in Canada now. You can't just go run up on the farmer's yard and go kill a goat. You can't do that. The man actually went and thought he could buy the live chicken. Blessings, Bolo. Oh, and blessings, Shirley Vaughn Bryant. Oh my goodness, how did I not salute the family? Yo, the man, she's like, he come home with the chicken, and the chicken's sitting there clucking, and she's like, yo, where I hear this clucking from? He goes, oh, no, some chicken, and he was hard to it. Some chicken in our backyard. She goes, yeah, where you get the chicken from? It's alive. So that's just at the farmer yard over there. She said, you can't do that. We're in Canada. You go to jail for that. He's like, no business. Chicken off a cook. I was just like, what? Yo, she actually had to convince him. And the thing is, the man is well traveled. Been to England, worked in Jamaica. Had like when he passed, he had like 3 different pensions left to my grandmother. She didn't really have to do too much. Bro, when I tell you, I'll never forget that day. She had to convince him that, yo, the farmer's yard is not an open market. It's an actual, like, they got to process that and take that somewhere else. My man was literally going to just capsize the chicken, hang it upside down, drain it, defeather it, cook it up, wash it down with some lime and water, gut it, and then get it ready for pre-seasoning to stick in the freezer. I was just like, this guy's not serious about life.
No, he's serious. He's serious.
But then,
like Florida, when I go back to Florida, I have this saying,
Yeah.
like, I don't ask what it is anymore. I just get the ketchup.
And at that note, yo, we're done. We're done.
I don't even ask what it is no more. I
Yo,
just get ketchup.
My man said, just get the ketchup. We're good. Just get the ketchup.
I get the spicy mustard. I regular
Yeah. Yeah, the Scotch
mustard.
bonnet pepper, yo. The Scotch bonnet pepper. And the yellow
mustard.
one, too.
And then just eat, and that's it. And I just say thank you.
Yeah,
and
man.
that's it.
Yo, But yo, they're. I mean, I don't know how it is in the States, but yo, Canada's going on wicked right now. You know how many times I'll be seasoning chicken, having to pluck out feathers out of them things. I'm just like, yo, I might as well just go back to Jamaica. Oh my days. So like, if this is the case, I'll just let me catch it myself because I don't know where you guys catch your chicken from, yo. How you guys catch your chicken and prepackaged chicken and it has a feather sticking out of like, and we're not talking like it's like one little stem, like it's the spine of the
like
feather.
the whole
There's
hair.
still actual fur on. Like, I hate to sound stupid, but it's the only way I can say it. There's fur on the feather, bro. Like, why am I seeing like little hairs on the feather stem? Like, come on.
No, you see him, they like, well, this is home fed. I'm like, this also came from a home.
Oh, you know what I mean? This came out your backyard. Don't lie. Don't
No,
try to lie.
I know
You
people
guys
like,
in
oh
process.
my God, and I see the little hair, the little fuzz, and I be like,
Yeah, bro. Or like, nah, bro. I remember one time I seen because I went to this it was not a wet market, but like in Canada we you have the Chinese market, right?
mhm.
So when you go to the Chinese market and they're selling the chicken feet, bro, I swear, I kid you not, I saw one chicken look like it just finished running, or the one chicken foot package looked like it just finished running on the ground. I was like, are you guys serious right now? I was like, so stop this. I ain't yamming this, bro.
Hey, we have this store in Florida named George and Jerry, and we went inside one time. Now, mind you, we always pass by, never went in. My mom needed something from there, right? So
Yeah.
George and Jerry was unique because it sold chicken feet by the pack, chicken eyes, chicken ears, chicken and what's the thing they call like?
What are you doing with chicken eyes, though?
Now, mind you, this is me growing up. I said something really smart when my mom had to pop me one time. I like, this looked like the store that Auntie would go to because, you know, her gods.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just about to say the same thing. I was like, y'all kind of voodoo thing this, my. What kind of Obia thing this?
My mom had to pop me. She's like, hey.
On a bad mind thing wrong, yeah.
Because I didn't know there was a pack of chicken ears. First of all, I didn't know chicken had ears. So what you doing with chicken ears is in the pack. And then you had chicken eyes. You also had what's that thing called? Like pig ears. So they were sold in the pack. So I'm looking across
that's like Jamaicans and the cow tongue soup. I was just like, I'm like, and this is where the Canadian came out of me. I was just like, what you guys mean you're gonna give me cow tongue soup? I was like, bruh, or goat head soup. I was like, kind of what be things? Yeah, what am I gonna drink this and get superpowers? I was like,
people don't believe us when we talk about that. When I saw cow tongue, I was 7.
Bro, cow foot, and then they boil out the cow foot, and then what they do is they don't even. I don't know if you guys do this in Haiti, but in Jamaica they don't dash out the pot water. They put it in the fridge and let it hard, and then they make what's called a homemade jello, bro. My grandmother used to have that in, and they put nutmeg and cinnamon and condensed milk in it, and then they just leave it to just get basically ticking up in the fridge as it cools down, and it's like a jello. And they're like, oh, it tastes good. I'm like, taste it. I'm like, bro, you just told me you boiled the cow foot and you're gonna drink. I was like, yo, come on. I was like,
come right from me. I go to McDonald's. That's why I go to McDonald's.
Nah, bro, I can't even. I'll be honest, I can't even do McDonald's anymore, bro. Because
I'll go to McDonald's. But look, I gotta tell you something real quick. When my parents said I was 7, and I saw that cow tongue, I'm like, I'm going to bed hungry, and I'm okay with it. But I have a question to ask y'all. You know, then my parents like, what's the question? I'm like, what are you people? Like, I know we ain't African American because I haven't seen a pancake yet.
bro. I remember the first time.
Questions. I'm like, first of all, this one speaking French. Next time I know we hang around with the Spanish. Y'all like patois, everything going around this house.
Yep.
And I don't see a tongue. I'm not going to talk about it. Just give me the crackers and the water. I'll go to bed. Like, I'm not going to eat.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
Bro, tea and water crackers is my friend, yo. Till this day. You know how many times my wife is like, oh, I don't feel like cooking tonight. I'm like, yo, I'm good with some tea and water crackers still. Put a little lime in it, a little brown sugar. I'm good.
But not marmalade. Not marmalade.
Nah, I don't do the marmalade, bro. I can't get down with that, bro. I still don't understand it to this day. I'm like, why would I want orange in
peel jelly?
Orange peel jelly? That doesn't even sound attractive. Like, what are we really talking about right now?
Can we say it one time if you could clip it? Paddington Bear, you lied to us.
You know what I mean? For real. The real team, make sure we clip this. Paddington Bear been lying to us. I never believed them still because bears. I know bears love sweet stuff, but I ain't never seen no bear just randomly go and sit there and smash an orange and then be like, marmalade. Like, bruv, come on. Even I'll be honest, even though I'm Canadian born, having honey on toast, even that weirded me out. I was just like, nah,
But
bruv.
they like trying to make it like it's so good with butter and honey.
Yeah. Bro, oh my God. I was just like, yo, where you guys come from? I'm like, yo, we're not in slavery anymore. We don't got to do this. We don't got, brother. Oh my gosh. We got to share more stories like this because I feel, yo, we got to talk more like this, bro. This, I'm saying next Friday night.
Porridge. I had porridge. I was just like, are we poor?
Hey,
Like, what?
hey, hold on. That's right. That's right.
Porridge with the plantains. It was the porridge from the plantains.
Yeah, plantain. Oh no.
Yes.
I like green banana porridge. If you get green banana porridge, that is
Yeah.
good strength for the winter time. But plantain porridge, I was never a fan of that. I'm just like, that's too sweet because you're gonna put condensed milk in the pot too. Well, I don't know. For Jamaicans, my grandmother always taught me to make it with condensed milk, and then what was it? Condensed milk and cream, right?
No, it's
So,
milk.
but I couldn't do the plantain one. I had green banana porridge, hominy con porridge, oats porridge, cornmeal porridge. I've even had I think they've done white rice porridge before. I've had those 5. Nah, bro, you have to make sure you have your nutmeg in there, your cinnamon stick in there, your
Give me cornflakes.
Yo, Sophisticated said you guys are poor as hell.
I can't do it. And they give that whack porridge called cream of wheat. That's nothing but sand.
Yeah, that's cream of wheat. I was pissed. And you know what made me even more mad is that they put yes, Patula. That's exactly what I'm talking about. What made me mad about cream of wheat is I remember the first time my grandmother tried to give it to me and she's like, yeah, man, it tastes just like cornmeal porridge. So I made it. I was like, yo, this ain't nothing like cornmeal porridge, bruv. I literally went in the cupboard. I was just like, yo, let me just make some real cornmeal porridge, yo, because I can't do that. I can't do that, bruv. You're not getting me with that.
Give me the cornflake.
No,
Hey,
my gosh.
Caribbean hair.
Yo, you know what I mean? Clearly next week while we're chilling, I'm gonna, honestly, I'm gonna do a live show and make some oats porridge from scratch next week.
Why?
Yeah,
would you,
bro. Why wouldn't I do that? Yo, these sisters out here need to know brothers can cook, bruv. They need to know. What do you mean?
Do some
bro?
Not porridge.
Well, it's either that or bulla beef and white rice with plantain.
How about goat? No, goat is my guilty pleasure.
Curry, because if the goat have to cook, you have to get curry.
Let me tell you something. When I see a live goat, I look like Teen Wolf. So forgive me, people, because I have no sense and sensibility.
All right, so you hear what, ladies? You hear what? Next week, any one of you Americans or Canadians and feel say you need to learn how to cook, we're gonna probably throw down. I don't know if Stan's gonna throw down, but I know I'll make some oats porridge next week.
Food. I cooked before, and I cook now every now and then. But I cook.
Brush off them the skills next week, brother. We'll make some oats porridge. Man, a business we don't know what to do. When I tell you, say I'll make some oats porridge next week, Friday. See? So when I don't come, if I don't come with a hungry belly, I'm not a plane ticket for nobody, I'm not a plane ticket, I'm not a bus fare, train fare, I'm not a ice ticket, none of that. So if you run from ice, sorry, I can't help you. You have to skip rock or, as we say in Jamaica, kin pupa lick or something. I don't know, do backflip. Do monkey flip, double back flip, as Coach Greg Adams would say. I'm in a business. I don't know why you married somebody and get your green card and come a foreign. But
no, see, when you say it, right, everybody like, yay. When I say it's like, because I say like, look,
yeah,
like,
that's yo. You know what?
You got to support the lifestyle and the visa. So that's why I say get married to the American, support the lifestyle and the visa.
Because brother, you know what the thing is yo. Like we have this one little township called Oshawa, Durham region in Canada, right? And it's like it's like the boonies, real talk. It's like the boonies. And yo, everywhere you go, you'll see, anywhere you can go, you can find a Jamaican brother with a you know what I mean, a bigger woman. You know what I mean? But
and he is supporting style and his green card and his visa.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be like, yo, he just roll up on them and be like, yo, girlfriend, I love you, you know, dog. I love you, you know, girlfriend.
And then she's like, I love you, St. Paul.
Desmond. It's Desmond. Desmond. It's just always a Desmond. Your boyfriend name. You know the boyfriend name Desmond? Him last name Johnson. Because I have some Desmond Johnson in my family, you know. Every 5 seconds, there's always a Desmond Johnson or William Smith or William Paul somewhere.
Why, you know, since I don't go out there anymore and I have reformed since I've been baptized into the light, my dark skin name. So my name is Derek Johnson.
Yo, listen, anytime.
But that's what I'm saying, from Port-au-Prince, Jamaica. So they could nobody.
Brother. Brother, when we tell you, say, yo, Stan, yo, this is my Jamaican name. Yo, Talas, we are Bear White. Those are my Jamaican names. If Petula, if you're still in the chat, tell me if I'm lying. They call you your name based on what you sound like, look like, or yo, I've seen man, you know, say your shape bad like bench. That's your name, you know, Brock Bench.
Oh yeah, my sister cousins, like my sister go out like her name is Patience, my cousin's name is Gracie, and then my name is Prince of Peace.
Yo. I can't. Petula said it's true. It's so true. Oh my goodness. I'm done.
We go for that old school Islander names.
Listen, and then when people get mad at you, look how finky boy. You look good for nothing. Look by you.
For other islanders, this was like non-island people. You know, we visiting places, and then
I still call
like, I'm Prince of Peace.
Prince of Peace.
My name is Prince of Peace Williams.
You better listen. You better walk with your own money in your wallet, like coming to America. Next thing you know, somebody, this is Prince of Peace. We must. If there's any Africans here, I'm sorry, that's the best African dialect. That's the best one I can put up there.
Hey,
mine is Petas. Oh my goodness.
You know how many tickets I've been saved from having that accent? Sorry, officer, I come here on a visa for the village. I'm here for vacation. I have to go back.
Brother.
My godfather, Jesse Jackson.
Listen.
Got me here.
You know how many times, like I said, I'm full Canadian. Born Canadian. I don't think there's any more Canadian in my family than me. I am Canadian 100%. You know how many times somebody be like I'll meet somebody Jamaican and they be like, which part of yard you come from? And I just sit there and go, brother. And they be like, yo man, you're a Kingstonian. You're a Kingston. I'm like, bro, I'm born in Canada. What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? Just because I've practiced the brother long enough for it to sound authentic. Yo man, you're from Kingston, you know. Where your family from? I say, and this is the only thing I remember from a lot of my grandmother's stories, you know. Mm-hmm. She's by Olympic Stadium. Every morning she used to go run by Olympic Stadium. I'm like, my grandmother used to run by Olympic Stadium. Yo man. We know say where your family come from. Yo, your family last name Johnson. Because by some Johnson who did live run by Olympic Stadium, every morning them go run upside and then go down to Miss Pettas by Market, I was like, what are you talking about? I said my grandmother lived by Olympic Stadium. I run past it every morning. What you talk about?
That's a relative. You might have her. That's a relative. Gotta be careful.
But it's true though. You have to be careful because your cousin could be your wife could be your cousin, and your cousin could be your best friend.
That's why I date white women.
Yo, good night, everybody. Where's the end screen? Sorry. Good night, Stan. Good night. I'm dead serious. Good night. Good night. POP. Hold it down.
Versa. You know what I'm saying? And so what we got to do is understand. Oh shit.
No, nobody saw it. Good morning.
We fall down and we get up. something wrong with you. We fall down and we get up. She gonna cry in a for us. I feel what you're saying about not being compatible.
Mama, I love you. P.O.P. Hold it down.